Hey boys, welcome to week 10 of the recap. I'm Mark Sinski with the Honkie Football League Network. I'm about to jump out of an airplane today. I'm going to go 2.5 miles in the air and go 120 miles an hour in a rocket to Earth. See you on the other side.
Hey boys, welcome back. We finished up week 10 in the HFL, and we're Chicago, Illinois for our latest edition of the season. I know we had a week off, but time is a silly thing, and sometimes you just don't have enough of it. This week, though, we'll cover the matchups, give our much-deserved awards, and go over my pick'em results for week 10. We'll lay down the predictions for week 11. We're going to go over the standings, and let you know what the chances are you'll make the 16 Honkie Football League playoffs. With only 3 more weeks remaining, we just finished up the 2 super bye weeks. Some of you prevailed, some survived, and the others were gobbled up. But we don't have much time, so let's get right into the head-to-head portion of the show. First up, we got Taco taking on 50 Shades of Gold. Andy Dalton continues to be horrific at football and looked worse than Joe Maselli would have against the Cleveland defense on Thursday night. Scored 1.24 points. That's pitiful. Steven Jackson puts up a nice 15.5 points, but is the only player to break double digits for Shades. Despite Vernon Davis pooping the bed with 0.08 points, Taco still handily took it to 50 Shades of Gold. Final score 88.18 to 53.74. Next up, we got Coon the Cobb versus Mother Tuckers. Ben Rape finally came back to earth in this matchup, and so did Antonio Brown. They combined for only 19.12 points, which for those two lately is saying a lot. Despite 5 double-digit scores for Tuckers, they were no match for Coon the Cobb, though, who had 2 starters score more points than the highest scoring starter for Mother Tuckers. Aaron Rodgers threw all over the Chicago Bears' terrible defense for 6 touchdowns and 315 passing yards for 36.6 points. And he wasn't even the highest scorer on the team. Marshawn Skittles Lynch went full-on beast mode on Sunday for, count 'em with me, 4 touchdowns and 163 combined yards. Nothing like 40.3 points from one player to get you a solid win. 132.9, the high score, to Mother Tucker's 101.52. Next, we have the GOAT versus Four Sit in Her Butt. Denard Shoelace Robinson is still going strong as the top back in Jacksonville with 17 this week for Four Sit in Her Butt. They lost Carson Palmer, though, for the season, and he only got him 8.74 this week, which is never any good. GOAT underachieved for the 9th straight week, probably because he keeps starting Michael Floyd, who, if I'm being nice, has been spotty as hell this season. 4 players for them broke double digits, including 26 from Arizona. They did break their ridiculous losing streak of 6, though, and final score here is 85.04 to Four Sit in Her Butt's 82.14. Hot Graham versus Joey Canalf is our next matchup here. Peyton Manning still is shining, but Jeremy Maclin, remember that he actually is just Jeremy Maclin. Jimmy Graham sits nicely as his number 2 position in the tight end position this whole season, with a 19.6 this week. With the Bears' heavy team and them being awful this week, Joey Canalf relied on Dez with 27.8 and ODB, who has been a phenomenal talent in New York, with another steady 11.9. Joey Canalf now has 2 of the top 3 losing scores, though, and Hot Graham improves to 8-2 mainly because this guy, 50 Shades of Gold, decided he hates playing fantasy football and didn't set his lineup last week. Final score here, 129.7 to 117.13. In our last bout, we got Tinker Stinkers versus the Don Goodell. Tinker Stinkers was formerly Zubaz, as some of you may remember. Fresh off the trade that lost them the now hobbled Brandon Marshall and Hash Gordon, but gained them Jordy Nelson, who led them scoring in this matchup with 27.2. This week, Tinker Stinkers performed well, with 3 Packers scoring in double digits thanks to the beating that was Sunday Night Football. The Don needed to have a nice game, though, and he sure did, with 7 players topping double digits, but not one of them broke 18 points. And they fell 93.16 to Tinker Stinkers 108.74. That really does it for the head-to-head portion. Like I said, I wanted to run through those real quick, but let's keep the stinky public bus moving and head on to the awards. First up, we got Biggest Loser, 50 Shades of Gold. a.k.a. Gay Boys, has been flirting with and usually scoring at being the last place team in the league. Statistically eliminated now from the playoffs, having lost 34.44 this week. That easily makes them the biggest loser. Amazingly, though, even though they've only won 2 games this whole season, This is their first award. Truly shocking stuff. But better luck next year, buddy. Do us all a favor, though, and keep setting your lineup this year, except for this week. You can take this week off if you want. I won't roast you for it. Next, we got the Bench Boo-Boo. There isn't really one here. No one made any horrible decisions this week by rostering a player that would have gotten them the win. Outside of making better free agency moves or waiver wire moves, this week was set in stone for everyone. That's all we got for awards this week, guys. Let's move on to Pick'em in Week 10. I ended up going 3-2 because my team didn't want the W and Tinkers edged out the Don. I improved to 23-13 in the season, though. Let's look at the standings real quick, though. Just a couple switches in the standings, really, at last place and 9th place and 3rd and 4th. But Hot Graham has officially clinched a playoff berth with a 3-game win streak. But will he get the bye? Forsyth is trying to not make the playoffs by going on a 3-game skid at a very bad time in the season. But let's check out this new feature on the HFLN here. This week we ran a playoff prediction for the Honkie League and coming up with this little beauty. Hot Graham, having already clinched, is set to join Joykinoff with a bye. Now remember, these aren't set in stone. These are predictions based on our rosters and how everything's supposed to play out. Kuhn is all but clinched this week, and Mother Tucker's has an outside chance at a bye. As we stated, Shady's is completely down and out, but the smallest of slivers of hope remain for the GOAT and for Sitner Butt. Not much, though. Tinkers, and Taco are basically coin flipping at this point for 6th place, in the league for the last playoff spot. That does it for Week 10. Let's move on to the Week 11 preview. Week 11's here. The trade deadline is passed. We have one team in and one team officially out of the playoffs. Despite stats and predictions, everything else is up for grabs still. Speaking of prediction, here's our pick 'em for Week 11. Here we go. Joykinoff will top 50 Shadies of Gold to continue his shameful season. Hot Graham will shockingly, and I do not say this lightly, shockingly lose to the GOAT. Kuhn will put down Force in her butt, while the Tuckers will pummel Stinkers despite their silly good wide receiving core. And the Don Goodell will get back on a winning track and eat up Taco. That does it for this edition of the recap here. From Northbrook, Illinois. I'll see you guys all in Week 11. Make sure you set your lineup. Except for you, Brian. Take this week off, buddy. It's no problem. From Northbrook, in the Honkie Football League Network, I'm Mark Krasinski, saying bad luck to all of you.